Let's take a closer look at the impact of all of this and bring in John Entellus. He's the director of the Middle East Studies program at Fordham University in New York. He joins us now live. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, Jim.
How do you tie all of these together? What is happening and why across the Maghreb and the Middle East?
Well, we all know the common complaints and grievances that Arab people have had for many, many years. We can't underestimate the importance of the Tunisian experience. As we watch what's happening throughout the Arab world, if it were not for Tunisia, none of this would be happening at this time and in this way. The whole Arab world was able to observe for the very first time ever an Arab dictator being overthrown, to having to leave the country, and we hope that a democratic transition will take place. That has inspired the Arab peoples in ways that nothing in the last 50 years.
Do you think this is long overdue? Is that what's giving it so much, what appears to be momentum?
Absolutely. I mean, now, as you know, demonstrations and uprisings have been taking place throughout the Arab world for many, many years. None have ever reached the point where incumbent governments have fallen as a consequence of these demonstrations. You have them in Algeria almost on a daily basis. And as you know, in Egypt, demonstrations and protests have taken place over many years. But the experience of Tunisia, for the first time, as I said, showed to Arab peoples that something could actually be done as a consequence of protests and demonstration. So there is a wave now that's going to be extremely difficult to suppress, and regimes will have to change and leaders will have to step down. Whether or not there will be fundamental political change later on, that's something we'll have to wait and see. In the case of Egypt, for example, basic domestic economic policy will probably not change. Basic foreign policy will probably not change, including its relationship with Israel. But most importantly, people are talking about and are demanding changes with their own system of government. That's what's at the heart of the issue, and it's, as I said, long overdue.
You know, you look at this, and I know out there right now, there's a lot of fear in the West. People say, oh, this could careen out of control, be another Islamic revolution. But the fact of the matter is, what ails these countries in the Middle East is mostly economics, is mostly unemployment, and there is no way out of that without the help of Europe and to some extent with the help of the United States. The Maghreb alone will have 1 million more births by the year 2025 than the entire EU combined. And unless they get EU help to locate factories there, to bring jobs into their regions, I mean, it's trouble for both Europe and the Middle East.
Yeah, but don't disassociate the economic from the political. Politics is where decisions are made, including economic as well as social and cultural. So yes, of course, these are economic in certain ways, but at the heart of it, they're demanding a political voice that they have not had, because it's only in politics that decisions are made. So when you have the economic pie, those who slice that pie up are politicians. And throughout the decades, the Arab peoples have not been participating in the way in which that economic pie is divided. So yes, economics are very much at the heart of much of this, but it's politics and political power and the demand for a political voice that is really at the very heart of these protests.
Eloquently put. John Entellus of Fordham University, I'm so happy that you joined us here on Prism Today. Gave us another perspective.